Ambe Bizendan Arazukan. In the beginning, Gitchmanadu created Nanabuju. Being both spirit and human, he was gifted. He was responsible for naming all things on earth, making certain all life was in balance. Nanabuju created stories using all of creation to show us how to live our lives in Minopamatsuen. These stories are only told when there's snow on the ground. The Anishinaabeg resided on the eastern shore of Turtle Island when the first of 7 prophecies came to the people.
The first prophet said, "The Anishinaabe nation will rise up and follow the sacred shell, and the traditional teachings will be a source of strength. If you do not move, you will be destroyed."
The second prophet said, "At this time, the nation will be camped by a large body of water."
The third prophet said, "The Anishinaabeg will follow a path to the west, to their chosen ground where food grows on the water."
The fourth were 2 prophets as one, who told of the coming of a light-skinned race.
The fifth prophet told of a great struggle that will affect all native peoples with false promises.
The 6th prophet told of a new sickness that will come among the people, and the balance of many will be disturbed. We were misunderstood, misrepresented, and stereotyped. We lost our voice, and others tried to speak for us. Only a few Anishinaabeg continued to tell and listen to our traditional teachings. Throughout this dark time, our living stories and teachings waited for the rest of us to wake up. The prophecies are strong, and the prophets told of a time of awakening. This time of awakening emerged from the hearts of our people after a long period of darkness.
The 7th prophet was young and had a light in his eyes. He said, "A new people will emerge and retrace their steps to find what was left by the trail." Today is a time for great learning, recentering, and restoring balance and healing. It's our responsibility to continue the trail for our future generations.
Today, we are reclaiming our voice, honoring our spirit, and sharing our spiritual legacy using digital storytelling.
We got so much done in such a short amount of time, and I hope that impacts and carries that message of somebody gets something out of it, whether, I'm sure it's going to be good, that message. So with it, we'll just roll it, and you give me your feedback. Okay!
Our journey has led our people to be relocated to various places throughout the United States. Technology provides us with the opportunity to still share, listen, and learn from the storyteller.
Digital storytelling is a 4-day journey where up to 10 people gather to share a transformative moment in their life. Digital stories are not made about us, but by us. The storytellers follow a 4-direction cycle to guide them through the stages of thinking, planning, creating, and sharing their digital story.
this movie did, and these wonderful women helping me. I miss Arlene. I didn't see her tonight. She's the one that was tailgating me all the way through the 5 days that I was there, and it was long hours. I'm not going to say an hour, the hours though. But I gained a lot of more courage and hope, and to save another person's life by telling that story about myself. And I got a lot of support from the girls and the guys, and oh God, we just became a family.
I'm just so grateful that this is happening, because this has always been a dream of mine. For the Native people to be able to hear stories, stories that can heal them, and stories that can guide them. This has been revealing for me, because it's helped me to find more things about myself that I need to heal. I hope that this story helps people to find their path, to understand their past, to guide them on their own path. I can't believe how, or I guess I can believe how similar our stories are. That sobriety and everything, or the drinking and then coming to sobriety, and how life is so much easier just simply by being sober, and how we find ourselves.
This is the storyteller's sacred journey. It belongs to them and can only be shared with their permission.
Sowing the Seeds of Recovery is a collection of digital stories of tribal people sharing their resiliency and diverse journeys of healing. The storytellers and their families are in recovery from addictions, abuse, and loss of identity. These stories bring a message of hope and healing to individuals, their families, communities, and all of life. These short video stories demonstrate changes individuals made to attain Mino Bemad Siwin.
This week was quite the experience, the learning experience. Like I said, we all, or like I want to say, we all got a little bit closer. We all had a common goal to try to help our community by sharing parts of ourselves. My video is about a very important time in my life, one of the most important times in my life, a spiritual experience that I had that changed my life forever. Thank you. Roll it.
Digital stories show us how to bring our lives back into balance, just as Nana Bourgeois' stories tell us how to live our lives in a good way.
It is said that all people will be given a choice between two roads. If we choose the right road of peace, love, brotherhood, and sisterhood, the seventh fire will light the eighth and final eternal fire.
One of the women that was helping us mentioned that this is like giving birth. I agreed with that, but I put it in my own terms, as in building that sacred fire. You start with that small ember, you blow on it a little bit, it begins to smoke, and you keep feeding it, blowing a little bit more until that flame comes to life. And that's how I felt when we completed this movie, this video. It was a good experience, and I will continue doing this with other projects, and hopefully it can help other community members.
Initially, technology represented the road to destruction, but we are learning to use technology for healing and sustaining our storytelling traditions. These stories are alive and available for all people.
It's been an awesome journey. The story itself is the heart, and then it's breathed into life as they begin to share. It's a powerful healing process. I know for myself, I had shared my story many times, but I never saw it. There's something about seeing our story that it brings tears, but it brings joy. And then what I did is I immediately put mine on Facebook. So the whole world knows my story, because I want to help people. And this is another tool that we can use to help our people. And it's told from our hearts. And part of our recovery process has always been sharing our story. And how can we get the word out to help our own people?
Our elders say, true wisdom is listening and learning from another person's story without having to live through it. Ambe oma bebisindan biganawabandan gaye gaanajamud aao Anishinaabe.